Support for WYES is made possible by Mary Lou Kristovich in memory of her husband, William Kristovich.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, City Park CEO Bob Becker, here to discuss the current China Lights exhibit. Welcome.
Peg,
good to
thanks
see
for
you.
having me here.
Hello there, absolutely. Poppy Tooker, host of the WWNO rodeo program, also known as a radio program, Louisiana Eats. Woo! Woohoo! And speaking of woohoo, Michael O Hara, minister, songwriter, Grammy nominee, and lead singer, not only for the Sheiks in the past, but now he's got a great new band called Resurrection, and they're performing for us tonight. Welcome.
Absolutely. Hi,
and you have
Peggy.
a very busy week coming up, too.
Yes, absolutely.
And Steppin Out theater critic Alan Smason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News. Good to see you, too.
Wearing my chaps.
Yes, absolutely. That's right. But don't fence us in. Okay, all right, enough. Where you been, Poppy?
Oh, gosh. Well, Peg, you know, my little pet, the chicken, and I have been out on the fairgrounds already today. And you know, if I've got one of Miss Linda's pork chop sandwiches in my purse, it must be Jazz Fest. Doesn't it smell good? When was the last time you saw a pork chop come out of a chicken? My sweet little chicken. Now, hold on to this for me, because I'm having it as soon as we wrap this show. Now, what's new out at the Jazz Fest? Not a lot of new, but oh, what is new is so good. And this is a little something, I guess we just can't get enough pig. So this is the brand new Pecan and Bacon Square from that delicious, now where this is, I was so good today. For breakfast, I had jamma and plantains, and it was so yummy.
Hey, tell us about this.
This is a Pecan and Bacon Square that comes from Miss Marie's Sugar Dumplings, which of course, it's really Miss Yolanda who makes them, but oh my goodness.
Where's that on the Jazz Fest?
Right next to the jamma and the plantains.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's new, and don't miss it. It's really yummy, and we'll talk more about Jazz Fest next week. And if anybody's curious about the Havana Jazz Fest, they can tune in to Louisiana Eats tomorrow and take a trip to Havana with me. But we'll talk more about that next week. Now, Jazz Fest. You can't get restaurant reservations anywhere. It's so difficult to eat out. And you know, it really is important to start off that big day with breakfast. So I've got a couple of breakfast ideas. Willa Jean on O'Keefe, which is catty corner from Rouse's. They've been open for about a year now. They're nominated, well-deserved, for a James Beard Award.
Wow. Already?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
quick.
All right.
They're serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Now, that is avocado toast with poached eggs, olive oil, and sea salt. Then there is a beautiful smoked salmon on toast, and lovely. How about Fruget Farms crawfish gravy with grits, slow poached eggs, and cheddar biscuits? Now, I got so excited over the next thing I ate, I forgot to take a picture. But anybody who knows me knows that the idea of me eating something like a salad, much less for breakfast, is just absurd. The quinoa, avocado, sprouts, farro, tomato, arugula with poached eggs on top was the healthiest, most delicious thing I've eaten in a long time. So go have breakfast at Willa Jean if you're here for Jazz Fest, or even if not. Then there is a new place. I've been dying to get to it, and I finally got there. El Pavo Real. Now, it's in a place that's near and dear to my heart. It's right where Fontainebleau meets South Broad. It's right there. Napoleon, where my grandparents used to live. My grandpa used to walk me over there when it was a time saver, and we would get bubble gum. Anyway, they are open 7 days a week, from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. You sit down and they start off by bringing you this really yummy, spicy popcorn. And that's just like a little amuse-bouche. They're serving Mexican breakfast, lunch, and dinner all day, every day. They have incredible huevos rancheros, delicious chilaquiles. They have a mole poblano tamale that just about made me want to weep. And then a specialty of the house, this is sort of Acapulcan Mexican food, is caldo de pollo, which kind of like a soup stew. Nobody else is serving it. There's roast pork. I think the best roast pork I ever ate. All the tortillas are real, handmade right there. There's fish dishes like pescado Veracruz. Really go over to El Pavo Real.
All
You'll be
right.
very happy.
Thank you, Miss Poppy.
Thank
and
you.
two food-related PSs that I wanted to add. The official Jazz Fest program has food coupons in it, so check that out at the Jazz Fest. And congratulations to the Sheraton Hotel on Canal Street chef, Mark Whitney, who had participated in the WYES Season of Good Taste Community Coffee Recipe Competition. He came up with the winning recipe that was made with community coffee. It was the black and gold to the Super Bowl d'auberge, which also featured layers of lemon curd, chocolate mousse, buttercream icing covered in a chocolate and lemon glazed burnt cream. The winning recipe is available at communitycoffee.com. And we are so excited about the scoop on China Lights. Bob, congratulations, it's here.
Yeah, it's we've had it here for about 10 weeks right now, and it's gotten tremendous reviews from the community. We've had over 70,000 people go through the exhibit so far. It's here for another nine days for your audience, but it was an opportunity to bring a really a unique cultural event to the city.
Well, it's primarily a lights exhibit. We'll talk a lot more about that. But first, before we get too far, here are actually some highlights from the live show of Chinese performers at China Lights. China Lights. We're so excited through May 1st, but now, though, let's talk, and we'll even be showing you, of course, the lights themselves. How did this come to City Park?
Well, we're looking for an event to do in the park, and our staff saw this on the internet, as you see everything, in Rotterdam. And we saw this performance in Rotterdam. We thought it was really very spectacular. We called up the company. They're in New York. They came down. We visited them. We looked for spots in the park where we could do the event. Eventually decided on our botanical garden for a lot of reasons, and negotiated a contract with them. And they brought down there's 30 exhibits, but there are hundreds and hundreds of lighted lanterns throughout the exhibit. And they brought down artisans and performers and erected it in about 2 weeks on the grounds. And it's been just a tremendous hit for us.
Absolutely. And also, though, a team came over from China to put this together.
Absolutely. They brought an entire team over, shipped it over in 14 containers. Then we supplied cranes and other staff to put it up. They helped us do the educational graphics that talk about the significance of each of the exhibits, and they're all themed on things in Chinese mythology, or, for instance, for the pandas, obviously the iconic animal that China is famous for. They shipped over replicas of the Terracotta Warriors.
Yes, and that's incredible. These, I guess they're Chinese dogs. They're made of tiny medicine bottles?
They're tiny bottles of colored water. It's just an incredible thing when you actually go up there and see it.
We're talking about thousands and thousands of little tiny bottles.
Yeah, I mean, just the labor and the craftsmanship and the artisanship to put it together is pretty astounding. And when you look at all the exhibits, including the huge dragon and the pagoda and all the things that are in there, it's a very inspiring exhibit as well, and very educational too. It's, you learn about the year you were born in and how significant it is. You learn about the year of the monkey, which is the year in the Chinese calendar, and thousands of years of Chinese history are really illuminated by these exhibits.
It is amazing, and it's from the Botanical Garden. And I know, unfortunately, you've been beset by some bad weather. You lost some days.
Yeah, we had bad weather in March. If you remember March, it rained a lot, and rained a lot on the weekends, which is never a good thing. But over the course of the last 3 weeks or so, in late March and early April, we've had really good weather and really nice crowds to come out and see the event.
And don't miss it. You can see it in the daytime. You can also see it at the nighttime. And they're made, is it of silk? What is the material?
They're wire frames with silk covered in a craftsman that even repair the silk when you have a high wind or something and it might rip it. They're there. They live here. They come. They repair the exhibits, and then they're all lit from the inside with LED lights, and they repair those too. It's a pretty amazing thing.
Hopefully a tradition. Hopefully. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Thank you very much, Bob. And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Eric Cassidy named the song that was originally recorded by New Orleanian Irma Thomas and the internationally famous rock group that also recorded it, Time Is On My Side, the Rolling Stones. Now, tonight's question. These two Jazz Fest stages are where the big crowd performances are usually held. Name them. Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes, a year's subscription to Louisiana Life magazine. Tonight we have an apron is worn by WYES production assistant Burke Bischoff with the message, "Great matzo balls of fire," a nod to Passover from our friends at wearablevegetables.com. And we also want to thank Pelican Publishing because we have a copy of the Two Jacks cookbook written by a certain Poppy Tooker. Yay! We also have, it's really a great book. And we also have a book called The Sounds of Louisiana, 20 Essential Music Makers, Roger Hahn, illustrated by Chris Osborne. You can visit WYES.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events, including Herman Greenhouse's amazing grapes auction. It's a fine wine auction that's tomorrow night. And you can also find details about Give NOLA Day, Tuesday, May 3rd. It's an online event to inspire locals to contribute to nonprofits like WYES. Also, this weekend at the Jazz Fest, look out for jewelry designer Patrice McMurray this weekend. And you can link to WYES's YouTube channel to view our program online on our homepage. Michael, we're so glad to have you.
I am so glad to be back.
The past of the Sheiks, but you're very much in the present. You moved from Dallas-Fort Worth.
Absolutely.
You are here, baby.
I am here now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm loving it.
And keeping very busy.
Very busy. I just formed a new band called Resurrection, and I'm resurrecting my chic attire
persona.
and my music and everything. And they're amazing. Chuck Booksh on his Booksh is his last name, on bass, and we have Carlos Barrientos on lead guitar, and we have Mr. Gary Johnson who's playing the drums. These guys are not only amazing musicians, but they're wonderful human beings, and we just jailed. This is week 12.
That's amazing. And you've got two events coming up.
Yes, I'm going to be at the Civic Theater on Monday doing the David Bowie, festival, Glamorama, and I'm going to be singing 2 of David Bowie's songs and stuff like that. I don't sound a thing like him, but I'm going to do it. But I'm really honored that they asked me.
Well, you've also got a Professor Longhair dedication.
Yes, I'm going to.
St. Martin, and you're
Absolutely,
playing.
I'm going to play
that's
for that
week.
too. Yes,
Yeah,
and I think that's wonderful. We all do that. They're inducting him into the Louisiana
and that's
Hall of
Wednesday
Fame. Yes.
at the Professor Longhouse House, which is also a museum on Terpsichore, as we say in New Orleans, and Barone. We should point that out.
Yes.
But then on Thursday, and I know this is very dear to you, a benefit concert for the Tulane Cancer Center, Charles Neville and the New England Neville brothers, which are 2 of his sons.
Yes.
But you're playing there too, and
with
that's
Resurrection,
at the Willow.
and we're going to do the song "You're Not Alone" that I wrote for the Tulane Cancer Center project. And there were 50 of New Orleans' finest musicians and performers. My new band, Resurrection, did the tracks.
So you recorded a video that'll be coming out soon.
Absolutely, and it will soon be available on CD Baby. You can download it for.
Who are some of the other performers on
Irma
that
Thomas,
wow.
Vince Vance, Deacon John was there. On and on and on. I mean, the list was amazing. I have learned something since I moved back here. New Orleans really gives back. I love it. You know, there's benefits every week, and I'm being very blessed to be asked to be a part of it. So as a minister and as a human being and as a musician, I like giving back to the community.
Well, I know you composed the song, and you're going to be performing it with your band tonight for us. But before we go to that, if somebody says, gee, I'd love to have Michael play, Michael and his band, how can they get in contact with you, kiddo?
Oh, listen, they can go to my website, michaeldreams.com. They can contact Michael J. O'Hara on Facebook. We're open. I'm here. I'm here to work. I'm here to bless the city and be blessed myself by it all.
All right. Well, now it's time to hear from Michael O'Hara and his new band, You're Not Alone.
Struggles, pain, and tears, we strive to find a cure to end your worst fears. So join us in the fight and help us save a life. We need your love and support to reach our goals and more. You're not alone or on your own, 'cause we are there for you, right by your side, both day and night. We're there to see you through. And when you need a helping hand and people who understand, at Tulane Cancer Center, we've got your back, and that's a fact. When the going is rough, the going is tough, we're gonna end your darkest days. A cure is on its way. Yeah. You're not alone or on your own, 'cause we are there for you, right by your side, both day and night. We're there to see you through. And when you need a helping hand and people who will understand, at Tulane Cancer Center, you're not alone.
Wow, beautiful. Once again, Thursday night to benefit Tulane Cancer Center. It's at the Willow, thewillowuptown.com for more information to get tickets. You can also get tickets at the door. Thank you. It's great to hear, Michael.
Thank you so much.
And now it's time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight, we are featuring work from the exhibit Bob Dylan, the New Orleans series, which opened today at NOMA. This is Dance Hall. The exhibit is a collection of paintings by the artist, singer, and songwriter that present his distinct vision of New Orleans. We've also got Rampart Street Courtyard. In the first volume of Dylan's autobiography, Chronicles, Dylan wrote, "There are a lot of places I like, but I like New Orleans better. And the city is one long poem." This is Rescue Team. The exhibit runs through July 31st at the New Orleans Museum of Art in City Park. And now to Alan.
Well, once a year, the New Orleans theater community sort of turns out in force and honors its own. This, unfortunately, was the first of the Big Easy Awards that I missed since 1999. You can blame that on my granddaughter, Sally, for that. She's having her first birthday in Texas. Nevertheless, I wanted to review with all of you some of the images that were captured by Jose L. Garcia, and they were taken backstage at the Big Easy Awards, generously given to us by Gambit magazine, some of which have historic implications. We all know the controversy that roiled through the Academy Awards about the lack of diversity. Well, we here in New Orleans should be proud to note that we have, for the very first time, an African-American actress who won the Best Actress Award in a Play, and that would be none other than Gwendolyn Foxworth. That was for her performance as Amanda Wingfield in the Anthony Bean Community Theater production of The Glass Menagerie. And also showing diversity was the Southern Rep play Song of a Man Coming Through, which starred the leading actor Robert DeKey, and he was also taking top honors for his role. And while we're talking about firsts, how about the first time a priest and a former bishop won an award for playwriting? Well, they're one and the same person.
Wow.
This is maybe the first time also that a father and son team won. This is Joe Morse-Doss, who won the Best Original Award for the same play of A Song of a Man Coming Through, which he wrote with his son. Now, also, one of the best actresses around today was honored by the Big Easy Theater Committee, and that is none other than Becca Chapman. She was honored for her outstanding work in Robin Hood, Brigand Thief, and she's going to be doing some other work coming up soon, doing some clowning, going to clown school, too. So I'm looking forward to seeing her do some really incredible things very soon. Also, Cripple Creek Productions won for its very inventive performance at the Marigny Opera House of Mark Blitzstein's The Cradle Will Rock. Tucker Fuller, who's seen there at the right rear, was also honored as music director. The best musical, of course, The Cradle Will Rock. Now, if there was one award I was shamelessly plugging for, it was the jaw-dropping, spellbinding performance of Mark Fucci in Will Rogers' Follies. Yes. As I reviewed it back a year ago in January 2015, it was the best performance and production I'd ever seen, including the national tours that had rolled here. Now, also another one of my picks was the hilarious and very talented Leslie Claverie, when she was on stage, of course, for her performance in the Princess and the Pea, the Once Upon a Mattress. Yeah, she was fabulous in that, of course. And of course, she was still celebrating with her friends at Wits End hours later, and I captured a picture of her there. And let's not forget the great Kevin Murphy, who won for his Roger Debris portrayal in The Producers. And last but not least, Southern Rep also won top honors for the big winner of Lisa D'Amour's Detroit, which we kind of expected. It also won for Best Play and Best Ensemble. And there you can see the producing artistic director, Amy Hayes, on the left, and Jessica Podwell as the director. So really a great night out to honor our own, and how nice that we have some historic firsts there. Coming up in just a little bit, I wanted to mention something. The Memory Plays is going to be at the theater at St. Claude. I wanted to mention that. That's going to be on Monday coming up, and it'll be at 7:30 p.m. $5 at the door, 2 acts, and should be a regional theater that we should kind of support. Also, we just got finished the Weird Plays of Tennessee Williams. We mentioned that last week. Well, Augustin Carrero and Nick Shackelford, who are the artistic directors of the Tennessee Williams Theater Company, have just trotted out the second season, and they're telling us what it's going to be. First off, The Rose Tattoo. This is the Broadway play that premiered in 1951 with Maureen Stapleton. And again, you may remember Anna Magnana in the movie with Burt Lancaster. Dangerous Birds is going to be coming up as well in the season. And then finally, Milk Train doesn't stop here anymore.
Wow.
That's another Tennessee Williams favorite.
Rarely seen.
And again, we hope to see that people will be out there to check those out.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing that. And now time for our picks. Bob.
Well, we have egg roll muffaladas at China's Light, so hurry out and see them.
Poppy.
Wednesday night, a fun fundraiser for the Propeller Pop. It's all pop-up restaurants, food trucks, $35 in advance, $40 at the door. It's at the Propeller Incubator right there on Washington Avenue.
Okay, great. Michael.
Monday night, definitely at the Civic Theater. I'm going to be performing in that wonderful David Bowie benefit.
Okay, great.
Okay, I wanted to mention something coming up in May while I have a chance. Brundabar, this is a children's opera that was done by the children who were imprisoned in the concentration camps. It's a children's opera being presented here locally, all children, May the 14th, and 2 performances on May the 15th. That'll be at the New Orleans World War II Museum at the Freedom Pavilion.
What an opportunity to see that, yeah. And my picks, the Irish Channel St. Patrick's Club, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, and the Emerald Society of Greater New Orleans will all commemorate the 100th anniversary of Easter Rising. That's tomorrow. It was when the Irish patriots rose up in Ireland, which led to the nation's independence from, of course, England. A mass will be held at noon at beautiful St. Mary's Assumption Church in the Irish Channel on Josephine Street, and a ceremony and reception will follow at St. Alphonsus right across the street at the Cultural Center on Constance. I also want to let you know about a few book signings at the Jazz Fest this weekend. Sally Asher and Megan Boccinelli will sign their books, St. Louis Cemeteries and New Orleans Neighborhoods. That's from 4 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Judy Batoni and I will sign New Orleans Mardi Gras Moments from 5 to 6. Then on Sunday, Cheryl Gerber will be signing New Orleans Life and Death and the Big Easy from 1 to 2. And photographer Leon Morris will sign Homage New Orleans from 4 to 5. That's on Sunday. And you can move your brass at the Outdoor Zumba and Bounce class in Crescent City Park. Crescent Park, that's that new park along Marigny and Bywater along the river. And that is going to be so much fun through May the 24th. And you see all the information on your screen there. And now we leave you with more from Michael O'Hara. What's the song, Michael, you're going to sing?
It's called Mainline.
We're going to hear Mainline with Michael and his band, Resurrection. Thank you all very much, and thank you for watching. Good night.
Tell me what you want. Are you on the main line? Call me up and tell me what you want. Here we go. Are you on the main line? Call me up and tell me what you want. Girl, are you on the main line? Call me up and tell me what you want. Go, call me and tell me, baby, exactly what you want. Call me and tell me, baby, just what you want. I'm on the main line, extension number 9. Girl, I'm on the main line. Nothing is impossible.